Okay, what happens if you speak?
Hello? Hi, my name is Jess Hylton. I'm an opinion columnist with the BG News. I recently wrote a column about partial birth abortion. I was happy to see the amount of feedback I received, whether positive or negative. However, as I read the comments and guest columns, I realized the majority of negative responses were based very loosely on what I had actually written. So, I'd like to take this opportunity to clarify any misunderstandings. I am obviously against partial birth abortion, and I will refer to it as partial birth abortion because whether people like that term or not, that is what it actually is. Partial birth abortion is a disgusting procedure. Now, by disgusting, I do not mean icky or gross in the sense that there is blood, like in other surgeries. I mean disgusting as in gruesome, brutal, and honestly horrific. I mean disgusting in the sense that a human body is being mutilated and a child is being painfully killed. I realize that this procedure is not done very often. In fact, it is illegal in many states. However, what I said in my previous column, and what I will say again, is that I fear the fact that our Democratic candidates believe that the Ban Act put on abortion, partial birth abortion, was a mistake. If the ban is lifted, then partial birth abortion would be legal nationwide, and this is what I do not want to see happen. And as uninformed as some may think Congress is, they do not pass acts on a whim. They must hear both sides and review evidence for both cases. After doing this, then a decision is made in favor of one or the other. They do not simply hear someone say something is wrong or immoral and then ban it. Now, as I stated before, I do understand that this procedure is done much less than it previously was. But when we are talking about children being killed, even a small percentage should be taken into serious consideration. This procedure is not a necessary one. Even if a child is going to be mentally or physically disabled, what right do we have to choose what quality of life should be required to have? Just because their life may be more complicated or difficult, does that mean they have no right to live at all? And once we cross that line, where does it stop? What constitutes a child who deserves to live and one who does not? And is it really helping the child's quality of life, or is it simply to make things easier for the parents? I do agree that perhaps young adults are not properly educated about having safe sex or on ways to prevent pregnancy. But to say that we should focus on the reason women get pregnant, rather than trying to stop a procedure that kills children, seems, quite frankly, idiotic. Must we focus on the reason behind every bad thing done in this world, rather than making these things illegal or doing everything in our power to prevent them from happening? Yes, we can educate people and fight to make contraceptives more available, but we do not and should not ignore issues that are also currently going on. No matter how unintended a pregnancy is, it does not justify partial birth abortion. If someone were to go into a store and shoot a child, we would not question whether or not this person should be punished or whether they were justified in their actions, because it was murder and it is illegal, and we know that. I am not saying that women should be punished if they've had this procedure done, but I do believe that it should be made completely illegal and remain so. We all seem to get on this women's right to choose high and become completely oblivious to things that are wrong, because people become so intent on fighting for a cause that when it goes too far, they can't see it. All they see is a choice, not a child. They see it as their rights being taken away, not someone else's who is unable to speak. We always have a choice, but that does not make that choice always right. Thank you all very much for listening, and if you have a response, feel free to email it to thenews@bgnews.com, or if you post a video of your own online, just let us know. And if you are interested in reading any more of my columns, I have one in the news under the forum section every Friday. Thanks.